Hello guys, today we're unboxing and installing the IKEA TREADANSEN smart blinds. These are smart blinds from IKEA. They are supposed to work with Apple HomeKit, Zigbee, Google Play, Alexa, Google Home I think, not Google Play. These are new product. Actually, these are the second blinds that I get from IKEA. The first one were defective. They had some issues. They worked for 2 months and I returned them. And now we get a second pair and we'll see what happens with these. Actually, the installation is pretty easy, but first we'll unbox them and see what's inside. Let's put here simple packaging from IKEA as always. Let's turn this to you. Some instructions for assembly, and these are the blinds. Actually, they are really nice looking with good build quality. They have this sticker here. We have another booklet with manual maybe or warranty for different languages. It's a bit bent. And inside the box you have the blinds, you have the controller, you have the charging device, battery, and range extender, which is used if you want to pair them from another room with a longer distance. And this here is the battery compartment. You put the battery here, and the battery and other things are located in this small box. This is the battery. It's really small, but it's sufficient for several months of work. This is the controller. It has a nice magnetic I don't know what it's called. And here we have the extender, range extender, and the charging device. You can use it with or without it. It's a really smart product. You can use it like that or like that to charge the battery directly. It's an USB-A which charges like that. And we have two brackets that we'll use to screw them on the ceiling, and they will hold the blinds together. Now let's get drilling. So we put the blinds on the ceiling, you can see, and we put the battery inside of the battery compartment after installing the blind. Important step from the installation is to measure the level of the blind. They have to be perfectly horizontal. So you will need a tool for that. It's not provided by IKEA. There are no batteries for the remote as well, and you don't have any screws to use inside the packaging, so you have to take these. And now I will show you how to connect your new TREADANSEN blinds to your home smart app from IKEA. Few things to note first. To use them with HomeKit, you need to have the TREADANSEN, not the TREADANSEN. You need to have the TRADS-free bridge or hub. There is a newer version of this hub, but I'm not familiar with it. Maybe it works with it all as well. But for this demo, we'll use the TRADS-free bridge that we have in my home. So then you launch the app, you add new device, you search for blinds, and there are several types of blinds that you can go. Then you add the type of your blind and read the instructions, and then you will be asked to put the battery inside. I already did that. Then you will be asked if you will be using the blind far away from your hub. So if you want to use the extender, range extender, but we are not using that. And then the hard part, you have to press the two buttons up and down for 5 seconds while it starts blinking, and the app starts searching for your devices, and your device is in pairing mode now. But this part is the hardest. It sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't work on the first time, you have to restart the pairing process again, and it best works if you remove the battery for 5 seconds, then put it again and repeat until this finally works. It's really annoying. I spent like half an hour fiddling with this the first time, and again I've done this several times, and now it's again strange because it never works on the first try. I don't know what's the problem. The bridge is not far away from the blind. As you can see, it failed for some reason. But yeah, you give it a couple of tries, be persistent, and it will work. Next thing that we'll do is to connect the remote control for the blind. In order to connect the remote control of the blind, you will need to unscrew the remote control and put the battery inside. If you didn't do that, it will not work. But the pairing button is inside this lid, so you will have to unscrew it anyways. And now to add the remote, you enter the pairing mode for the remote from the app, and you press 4 times on the remote. Then you see here it started blinking for a while, and now it's showing red. It's barely seen, but yeah. And then you go close to the hub, to the trust-free hub, if you have one, and press for 10 seconds until it starts blinking. But sometimes it doesn't start blinking, and you have to restart and try several times. Even you can restart the hub, remove the battery from the control, and yeah, until it finally connects. One final step is to set the maximum length of your blinds. So different windows and houses have different needs, and the max length is 195 centimeters, I think, of these blinds. So to correct that, for example, if your window is shorter or there is something beneath the blind that you will not want the blind to touch, you have to enter this setup. It's pretty straightforward, but it only works with the buttons on the blind itself. So basically what you do is correct the length, find the appropriate length for you, and then double tap on one of the up or down buttons. It will go up and down slightly, and this means that the maximum length is set. One problem that I noticed is that when you set a maximum length and you want to extend this length, you cannot. You have to reset the whole blind and pair it again. So if you set very narrow length, then you're pretty much screwed and you have to start all over. At least I didn't find a way to change that. And now we will show you how actually these show in the HomeKit app on your iPhone. I'm running iPhone 16, iOS 16, and we see the two blinds here, left window blind and right window blind. When you open the tab, you can extend up or down, and you can see the battery level, the room that this is assigned to. You can include it in favorites. You can add groups. You can group two blinds to work as the same accessory. Then they will go up and down simultaneously, and you can add automations and tweak with other options. You can even launch the IKEA Home Smart app if that's your desire, and you can see all of the details like firmware and some numbers, serial numbers. Hey Siri, close all blinds. And you see, they start to close. We set the maximum length of the blinds to be approximately the same for the both, but they are few millimeters still apart. It's not a big problem, but if you have OCD, you may spend hours trying to fiddle with that. And they go to the bottom, a little bit above my radiator, and they touch. I will have to move them a bit apart. And this is the seam. It's you may not see it, but it became really dark here. And when I put my third door blind here, it will become even darker, but the third blind that was for the door malfunctioned after these two, and now I'm waiting. I hope I don't have to wait 1 month again, because for these I had to wait 1 month to send me replacements, and if that's the case, it will be really annoying. Reset the blinds to 50. And they're up. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this product. They are quiet. For me, they are very quiet. Some people actually think that they are noisy. This is the hexagonal structure. They make really dark, and they work well until they don't. So we'll see about this second pair. I think I did a good job leveling them, so this should not be a problem anymore. And you can see the remotes here, like that. You can get them from the wall and you can stick them again. They still work with the remote. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and peace. Like, subscribe, share.